everyone, my name is Chua Liang. Today I'm going to talk about the Smoke-Free New Zealand. The Smoke-Free Environment Act 1919 has been identified as a current New Zealand policy that discourages smoking. Regarding to the Smoke-Free Environment Act 1919, the purpose was protecting all workers and the public from the dangers of second-hand smoke, and reducing the harm caused to individuals. The use of smoking products by minors was further restricted to prevent negative effects on young people, while a smoke-free lifestyle was further promoted as a guideline. Therefore, the smoking ban is achieved through the enforcement of smoke-free areas in accordance with the smoking ban in the Smoke-Free Environment Act 1990. For example, schools, child care centers, bars, restaurants, and casinos are areas where smoking must always be banned.
Hey guys, my name is Yuson. Today I will introduce the impact of cigarette taxes on cigarette consumption. If we want to know the relationship between cigarette taxes and consumption, economic choice theory is a good toy to explain. In economics, a choice is a decision someone must make about what to do with limited resources. In this usage, anything from timber to money to the number of hours in a day can be resourced. The key factor is for a choice to be made, the resource has to be limited. For example, imagine that you have $1,000 in the bank at the end of the month. You face choices about how to spend that money. You can pay your rent and your bills, go shopping, and maybe head to a movie. You can't do all those things, however, because your resource, money, is scarce. A consumer always tries to maximize his satisfaction, but in this pursuit, he's hampered by his limited money income. A budget line is defined as the purchasable combinations of two goods, giving the prices of each good and the consumer's income. So the budget constraint describes the different amount of two goods that consumer can afford. Here is a budget line. It's giving a specific level of income and assuming there are only two goods, X and Y, and further assuming prices are PX and PY. The budget line can be plotted showing all commodity combinations of X and Y that can be purchased by a consumer. The slope of the budget line is the negative of the price ratio, and the price ratio is defined as PX divided by PY. The consumer can consume anywhere along the budget line and anywhere below it. Only an irrational consumer would, however, consume below the budget line. The consumer cannot, however, consume above the budget line because of the income constraint. Changing commodity prices changes the slope of the budget constant. If the consumer income is $8 and the price of Y is $2 and the price of Y is $1, then the budget constraint will be BC1. If the price of X drops to $1, then the budget constraint will be BC2. Or if Y increases to $2, then the budget constraint will become BC3. Now, back to the topic. When we think about the impact of tax on cigarette consumption, we can put daily necessities and non-necessities such as cigarettes into the budget line. When taxes increase, the price of cigarettes goes up, and consumers will buy fewer cigarettes because their total income haven't changed. Given the goal of consumers is to maximize utility given their budget constraint, they seek that combinations of goods that allows them to reach the highest indifferent curve given their budget constraint. The demand curve can be derived from the indifferent curves and budget constraint by changing the price of the good. For example, if the price of X is $4, the quantity demanded of X is 2. If the price of X decreases, the budget constraint becomes flatter and the consumer can purchase more X. Since the price of X drops to $2, the consumer purchases 4 units. Also, if the price of X increases to $8, the consumer buys only 1. Therefore, under the influence of indifferent curve, When the price of cigarettes increases due to the tax, consumers will purchase fewer cigarettes. To sum up, I think the cigarette tax is a good way to help achieve smoke-free New Zealand 2025. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Wei-Qing Yang, the member of Group 13, and I am responsible for the content of Part C. This anti-smoking campaign will use nudging as the behavior economic tool. Nudging involves playing around with decision-making process of an individual. It has been used severely in restaurants, for instance, where the hotel management has nudged customers into specific desserts and drinks. Nudging is done by placing an individual in a position where they have only limited options available. Nudging can be applied in smoking policies, where it is hard to force an individual into quitting. It is possible to nudge them into adopting choices that will force them to reduce the amount of cigarettes smoked, or reducing the probability for one smoking. The nudge that should be employed in this policy should include making it absolutely difficult for one to smoke. This should include limiting the smoking hours in a day in public and the place of work. This will mean that where a person can smoke, they will have to make a decision. For instance, they will have to miss working hours and lose money in order to get a smoke, but travel long distance to reach the designated smoking zones. This will nudge them to focus into doing the right thing, which in this instance will be stay at work and not lose their pay. Thank you for listening.